I had no trouble fighting him. I want that belt and his head for my collection.
Голова Derritter тоже была моя коллекция. Это хороший скальп, хороший бой, хороший вызов для меня.
The match between Anatoly Malykhin and Reinier De Ridder is bound to be intense. Will Anatoly Malykhin pay the price for his actions? Let's find out in this video.
One heavyweight and light heavyweight MMA world champion Anatoly Malykhin has a chance to etch his name in the history books at 1-1.
Two faces, two styles. Anatoly Malykhin, the fighting machine from Russia, holding 2 championship belts. He doesn't need words to prove his abilities. Reinier De Ridder, the fearless warrior. He dives into life or death battles. From BJJ to MMA, he's submitted many opponents with his intellect and skill. Let's break down each fighter before the clash.
History will be made either way in the main event of 1/166 Qatar on March 1st.
Before heading into the war, let's look back at Malikin's destructive moments, one of the most brutal being his battle with Amir Alibari.
Nice little exchange right there. You can see Malikin's being very aggressive with the striking, looking for those big right hands.
From the very first moments, Malikin's raw power was on full display. He closed in and unleashed a barrage of punches from all angles, left hooks, right straights, landing square on Alibari's face.
Malikin choosing his shots wisely. Uppercut landed off the left hand.
Malikin's got to be careful because you see how he's dropping that lead hand? That left hand's coming really
Every punch hit like a sledgehammer, and in less than a round, the Iranian giant collapsed under the fury of the Russian champion.
From Malikin, nice left hand again. Backs up the big fella from Iran. Overhand right there from Malikin.
power comes from Malikin, though. Alibari has good head movement. He's got a very strong boxing.
Alibari threw a heavy punch, but Malikin narrowly dodged it, then instantly countered, with a clean strike to the face that sent his opponent crashing to the canvas.
Wow, how about this?
Not missing a beat, Malikin rushed in, secured control, and locked the fight down.
Malikin might want to separate here and keep the hands going.
The two struggled fiercely, brute strength versus survival instinct, but in the deadlock,
Alibari's shot, he's doing real damage now with the knees.
Malikin landed brutal knees while still maintaining control.
Knees to the head of the ground that opponents are legal if Malikin wants to throw them. And he does.
Alibari needs to separate here. 'Cause these
The first knee, devastating. The second, completely shattered any resistance.
position from Anatoly Malykhin. Such power coming from that lock and then those hips.
Alibari's chin
In Malikin's eyes, there is no room for mercy.
shifting his short career here so far.
Malikin might want to separate here.
He pressed forward relentlessly, each punch aimed directly at the opponent's face without hesitation.
Of his own. Two-punch combo from Malikin.
1, 2, 3 clean hits. Then, an explosive left hook smashed into the target.
Chin going to the body as well.
If you said that Alibari has head movement, I don't see it.
Well, he had it, now it's gone because I think he's tired. Look at him,
Oh,
he's
he's
big.
Knockout! The body dropped and the ring trembled. Anatoly Malykhin. Same ruthless start. Same destructive style. From the very first second, he closed the gap and launched a furious assault, overwhelming his opponent with pressure.
Really hard on his striking. He wants to put that on display here tonight. Good forward pressure so far.
Big leg kick from Machado, nicely done. Turn the leg a little too.
But Bezauo didn't even get a chance to execute his game plan. He was forced to back off. But clearly, the Brazilian didn't want to engage in a stand-up battle. He tried to close the distance, attempting to pull Malikin into a ground fight.
Headlock, Machado shot in, and Malikin did a beautiful job of taking it back.
With chilling composure, Malikin saw it coming. He swiftly reversed, wrapped up his opponent's back, and took full control of the fight.
Undefeated 8-0, 100% finishing rate for the Russian.
Left knee, right knee. Each blow to the body shook Bebezao's balance. Malikin wasn't just controlling, he was seeking to finish. To break his opponent entirely with absolute domination from start to finish.
Dropped the clutch between his legs. He's got to try to work his way out of this. It's going to be hard for Malikin to secure this Americana.
When Anatoly Malykhin has you under control, there's no way out.
Referee to stop this is the best way
BJJ black belt.
After a storm of blows, he secured a dominant position, his arms like steel locked in, leaving no room for a counterattack.
Bare paw of a right hand of Mulligan.
Sounds like Malikin is generating some power with these shots. It's a very
He delivered straight punches to the head, decisive, precise, and unrelenting. The opponent had no choice but to endure in despair.
You can hear the sound of the leather.
Eventually, under unbearable pressure, the opponent crumbled. Knockout.
And there it is.
An expected finish, but always chilling to witness. When Malikin locks you in, it's already over. Both fighters are showing great caution. In the fight against Kirill Gresenko, Malikin didn't just display brute strength. He also showed control and strategic awareness at every moment. In the grappling exchange, Malikin had complete control. He locked his opponent tightly, allowing no space to escape. But Gresenko, with his experience and toughness, held a solid defense. His hands always guarding key areas, staying grounded. Malikin didn't rush. He was patient, slowly unraveling the defense, pushing the hands aside, finding a small gap, then striking the face instantly. A few landed shots. It was clear the pressure was mounting on Malikin's side. But Gresenko stood firm. A true specialist. He wouldn't go down easily. As the match entered the final phase, Malikin seemed to read every move, every step, every dodge. It was all within his sight. Then he struck. Accurate, calculated looping punches followed. The opponent backed away, trying to block, but it was too late. Malikin maintained perfect distance, closing in like a predator. Then came the finishing blow, a sharp right hand, landing square on the chin. Gresenko collapsed, silence fell, and the crowd erupted. And now, the coveted belt was awarded to its rightful owner, Anatoly Malykhin, undefeated, unbroken, and unstoppable. The title fight against Vitaly Bigdash was critical, and Reinier De Ridder knew it. From the start, he was extremely cautious, every movement calculated, no reckless charges, no risks. Once De Ridder gets his opponent to the ground, the fight is nearly his. Even as the opponent locked legs and tried to defend while grounded, it was merely an act of survival. With elite-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, De Ridder maintained flawless control. Not only upper body control, he found room to strike. And then, the punches came down, one by one. No rush, but full of power. De Ridder isn't just a grappling expert, he's lethal with his intricate choke techniques. Here, he used his legs like a steel trap. His legs tightened around the opponent's neck, completely locking the upper body. No room to move, no chance to escape. The opponent thrashed, but the more he struggled, the tighter the lock became. And now, the prestigious belt was awarded to a ground-fighting master, Reinier De Ridder, with technique, composure, and a champion's heart. Right from the opening seconds, De Ridder and Leandro Ataides brought a furious pace. No feeling out, only speed and determination. Ataides, with a powerful frame, launched heavy punches, but De Ridder, as always, didn't want to trade for long. Ataides, with a powerful frame, launched heavy punches, but De Ridder, as always, didn't want to trade for long. He quickly closed in, lowered his center of gravity, and dove forward, grabbing the opponent's legs in an attempt to bring the fight to the mat. A bold and calculated attack. It wasn't a successful takedown, but it showed De Ridder's intent. This fight would be a clash of brute strength versus the finesse of grappling. Both fighters continued to showcase their skill. Combinations flew, dodges were slick. Each demonstrated cleverness and resilience. But then, blood appeared. A cut on the face, crimson streaked down De Ridder's cheek, glowing under the lights. Fatigue crept in, legs grew heavy. But with a champion's experience, De Ridder stayed composed. He quietly closed the distance. This was his territory. When punches lose their power, grappling techniques speak louder. At the end, De Ridder surged forward with a sudden turn, causing his opponent to stumble. He pounced, raining down strikes in a dominant flurry. The referee had to intervene. The match ended, a well-earned victory for De Ridder. Through composure and cold-blooded precision to the very end. Now let's dive into the main event of the night. Right from the start, Anatoly Malykhin caught Reinier De Ridder's leg, a powerful leg grab that sent both into a grappling struggle. But within seconds, the match returned to a balanced state, neither man willing to back down. Malikin's power versus De Ridder's finesse. Standing up, De Ridder tried to unbalance Malikin. Subtle, calculated foot sweeps targeted the base leg. Malikin defended well, but it was clear. De Ridder was playing a tactical chess game. Tension built from the very first moments. Malikin began to accelerate. Punches flew, precise, sharp, and powerful. De Ridder tried to retreat, keeping distance, but too late. Blood started to flow across his face, trickling down his chin. Malikin seized De Ridder's leg, pulled him in, and unleashed punches to the head and body while maintaining control. A perfect fusion of strength and speed. De Ridder had no way to retaliate. At that moment, it was all Malikin. Malikin pressed forward, step by step, cornering De Ridder against the cage. Space closed in. And for Malikin, it was the perfect time to finish. Punches rained down, left, right, as if programmed with deadly accuracy. De Ridder tried to defend, tried to stay up, but his legs began to wobble. Then came the decisive strike. A wide, hammering right hook smashed into his face. Reinier De Ridder collapsed. Knockout. The match ended in the storm of Anatoly Malykhin's fury. Anatoly Malykhin, with 2 belts on his shoulders, is the embodiment of absolute power. Arrogant? Maybe, but no one can deny he's earned it. If you're drawn into battles like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to catch every epic moment to come.